Welcome to Daily Dose of Aramaic Grammar Lessons. This is Lesson 20. It's our final lesson, and I hope you'll give me a few moments of your time to share some framing ideas as we get ready to launch into looking at individual biblical Aramaic passages with the aid of everything we've studied so far. So what are we going to do? We're going to read biblical Aramaic texts. I hope you're as excited as I am about that. As we say, we're going to be doing some reading of biblical Aramaic texts. Let's make sure we understand we're doing biblical interpretation. We're marshaling all the aspects of our learning to do this. It's going to be an exciting ride ahead. I just want to underline that we're doing biblical interpretation, so we keep the correct goal in front of us. That's why we go deep with vocabulary, grammar, syntax. And the first element of that vocabulary, we can say, has to do with semantics. Now, every language conveys meaning through its words. And that's what I'm getting at with this semantics slide here. And our allies in this quest include the standard lexicons and dictionaries of biblical Aramaic that we can be very thankful exist now. We want to go deeper than the glosses that maybe we learned the first time in our deductive learning of biblical Aramaic vocabulary and get a contextually shaped understanding of what semantics are conveyed in the individual words of biblical Aramaic. This has to do with semantic ranges and how even synonyms are not identical in semantic theory. What exactly is coming across? What semantic range? We need a contextually nuanced understanding of words to be able to approach the semantic aspect of biblical interpretation. Well, let's go deeper to grammar. And of course, we've been studying the grammar of biblical Aramaic with the aid of biblical Aramaic for biblical interpreters. And of course, we've tried to develop some systems of understanding grammar that allow us to carry out correct analysis of words, such as the parsing of words, keeping in mind a verb's stem information, its person, gender, number, and so forth. That having been said, we want to understand the significance of this parsing information for interpretation. And then, armed with that information, we carry on to the study of syntax, how the grammar of the individual words comes together to illumine our understanding of the interrelationship of the words in the sentence and beyond. And finally, as we're squeezing all of the information we can out of semantics, grammar, and syntax, let's remember our ultimate goal, and that's the formation of biblical theology. With the final note that I'd like to make about biblical theology being that, of course, the theology of the Bible is deeper than any individual passage could convey. That having been said, each individual passage is important. If, for example, all of the biblical Aramaic passages were to drop out of the Bible, we would have lost a crucial and irreplaceable element of divine revelation that is supposed to influence our theology and the way we live. So, this is an exciting task that, in fact, goes beyond biblical interpretation to the formation of theology. So now, let's together read Aramaic scripture passages. Sound good? You can subscribe to Daily Dose of Aramaic, where each weekday we'll be sending you a link to the scripture passage videos, which are 2 to 3 minute videos in which we walk through the semantics, the grammar, and the syntax of individual biblical Aramaic passages. This is where we've been driving all along. So thank you for joining me in this adventure. I can't wait to open the Bible with you.